Hello, thank you for joining me. In today's video, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different before I get to the plan with me in my creative journal. If you saw my pre-planning video, you'll know that this month I'm mainly focusing on floral spreads and also using my stash. And for this week's spread, I'm focusing on Flower Day, which is the 20th, and I'm taking part in the International Planner Collab theme over on Instagram, which is May We See Your Stash. The idea being that you use some stickers that you've had for a very long time or that you've been hoarding and have been reluctant to use. I've gone all the way back to 2019, which was the year after I started planning, and I'm going to be using this flowers book from Happy Planner, and in particular a set that I most liked in this book that I haven't even used once, which is this gorgeous paper set. However, I couldn't really decide what to do with these florals, so it got me thinking about all the floral spreads I've done in the past, and I thought that before I start the plan with me, I share some ideas for using florals in your planner by showing you some of my older planner pages. If you're a new planner and haven't got a lot of stickers, I can pretty much guarantee you have some florals in your stash, and as long as you like florals, some of the ideas I'm sharing in this video may give you some inspiration. I'm also hoping they will inspire me to make my mind up what I'm going to do with these beautiful florals on my blank page, because at this point I have no idea. Let's just move these pages out of the way and take a trip down memory lane. This spread is from 2020, right in the middle of the pandemic, where we all had a lot of time on our hands, and you can see my style was fairly structured, decoration at the top, boxes in the middle and checklists at the bottom. These florals actually came from the sticker book I'm going to be using today, and placing florals across the top or the bottom of your planner pages is one of the quickest and easiest ways to make a pretty planner spread. If you're in a hurry and lacking inspiration, it's definitely something I recommend. I'll just show you a couple more examples. This one is a rainbow floral spread where I've used flowers at the bottom of the page and used stickers of a coordinating colour in each of the columns. If you've never done a rainbow spread before, it's definitely a fun one to do. Here's just one more example of florals at the bottom. And another thing you can do with your floral spreads is pick a colour scheme. And for this one, I kept to the purple and green. If you've got a little bit more time to decorate your planner, then instead of just decorating the top or the bottom of the page, you could go that little bit further and decorate some more. Let's show you what I mean. A couple of Disney spreads now. You can't really flick through too many pages in my planner without coming across a Disney spread, and you can see that this time I took the florals down the side and all the way across the bottom, which takes a little bit longer but creates a really pretty effect. I did a similar thing with this spread for Merida. These florals came from Live Love Posh, whereas the last ones came from Happy Planner. But this sort of thing works with any florals, whether they're clear or paper. If you do like to make Disney spreads, one of the things I recommend doing is looking at the clothes of the character that you're using and finding some florals that are a really good match, because I think florals and Disney characters go together really well. Of course, the other thing you can do with your florals is put them at the top and the bottom of the page. Let's just show you how that looks. Here's an example, and you'd actually be surprised to find that you use very few of your florals doing this. You might be like me and want to hoard your stickers and not use them because they're so beautiful, but particularly with things like Live Love Posh, you get 2 sheets of each design. And I'm always surprised that when I'm doing something like this at the top and bottom of the page, that I don't even use a whole sheet of stickers. You can even go as far as to put florals around all 4 edges, as I've done in this Disney spread featuring Cinderella. I think these florals came from the Simply Lovely sticker book, or it might have been Vintage Botanical. They both had similar roses in them. The other thing I've been doing more recently, when I've not been using the classic vertical layout but just plain dot grid paper, is to take the flowers all the way around the very edges of the pages. That looks really beautiful. So apart from using the edges, I want to just share a couple more ideas of things that you can do with florals. Another really quick go-to is to put them in opposite corners, whether it's these corners or these. You can use the lines, or what I often do if I'm putting the florals in this corner is take them right to the very edge. Let's show you one more example. This one is an autumn spread using some beautiful sunflower stickers. And actually this brings me on nicely to the other thing you can do with florals, because as well as using them in the opposite corners, I have scattered them throughout the spread as well. So overlapping flowers with boxes and just adding them throughout the page is another really nice thing to do. Here's a spring one using florals from Happy Planner. And as well as putting them in the corners, I've also added decorative boxes that contain the same florals. The other thing I would advise is if you can get hold of some script washi. Script washi always looks so beautiful with florals. You'll see that appearing time and time again in my planner. And now for my final tip before I move on to my actual plan with me for this week. And this one is a little more time consuming. And that is to take a blocked area and fill it completely with florals. So this is an example of a checkerboard spread that I made. And I used florals and brought in some other icons on alternate boxes. It's really fun to try a checkerboard spread. And I would recommend using clear stickers rather than paper stickers because you'll have a lot of edges to trim. It also takes quite a lot of time if you're going to do as many squares as this. I've seen other planners just do it with a double box here and maybe a couple of double boxes on this page. You can frame them with washi and fill them with florals. Or I did something similar in this jasmine spread. But unfortunately, these were some very hard to find florals from Teresa Collins and I had only one page. So I couldn't really fill the whole box in, but you could use a whole section across the page and decorate it with florals. I hope you've enjoyed looking back at my old planner pages and seeing what they look like after the pen. And hopefully I've given you one or two ideas of some things that you might do with your floral stickers. Now on to the plan with me. I'm using some old pages from the Wild Styled planner. They actually came from September, but I've just covered up the month. Because these are paper stickers, I'm not going to be doing anything in the checkerboard style. There are a couple of pieces like this that would be perfect for corners, and then there are lots of these individuals. So what I'm thinking of doing is doing the corners and then sprinkling some flowers around the page with the boxes. I've already found some boxes of 3 different colours, the peachy red, the pink and the teal green. And I've picked 3 washies, 2 to match the colours. So we've got this peachy red, the tealy green, and then just in case I want to bring in something more neutral, I've got this grid washi. I think I'm going to white out this quote. If your dreams don't scare you, they are not big enough. Because I feel it's a bit distracting. I'm not a big fan of the quotes being on the page. I prefer to find my own and add them. I'm going to start with this corner, and I think I will use this grid washi. I may bring the other washi in as well. I don't know. This week I'm making it up as I go along. Like my spread last week, I want to keep it fairly simple. I feel like as I'm using old stickers, I'm making an old school spread. It's really interesting if you keep your old planners to look back at your old spreads, see how your style has changed. I was about to stick this down and then I thought maybe I would want a box underneath. So just seeing if I can fit one. And I'll write out this note in the sidebar. So that I can place this sticker here. So I'm wondering, what is the oldest Happy Planner sticker book you have got? Do you remember your oldest or first purchase from Happy Planner? Mine was actually, I think, Squad Girls and some teacher sticker books. And I also have the book that was called Colour Coordinated, which was a bit like a colour story. It had boxes of different colours. It actually has been quite a useful book. Whenever I've wanted a certain colour, that's the one I've dipped back into. That's a really nice start. Back then, of course, things were very different in Happy Planner world. If you're an OG Happy Planner, you'll know what I mean. But I often see people talking about the good old days of Happy Planner on Facebook, and I think for anyone who's new to Happy Planner, they've only known it one way, so they don't really know what we might be talking about. I'm not thinking too much about where I'm placing these boxes. I just know that I want big boxes to write in. I think we should bring in some decoration before I add any more boxes. So I'm going to add this floral here. Maybe just one more box. In the old days of Happy Planner, it felt a lot more like a community, I have to say. Whereas now Happy Planner seems just a business. It's hard to explain, but back then it seemed like Happy Planner was the planner community, whereas now I feel like the planner community has expanded and grown so much that it's evolved into a separate thing, and Happy Planner is just one part of it. I think I might turn this one into a flower rather than have it just the leaves. And maybe one more over here. And I think this is probably all I want to add on this page. Got room for a quote if I want one. I was trying to think the other day what I would tell someone the main changes are between Happy Planner then and now. I think one of the things I miss, apart from the community aspect, which came from the fact that it was run by Stephanie, who was a planner herself, and you felt like she really listened to what planners wanted and got involved, and there was the whole squad, which were a group of ladies chosen each year to get boxes of produce and show them, which in itself did cause a bit of controversy with some people. But one of the things I miss is what was called the deluxe planner release that used to happen, the Happy Girl release, which only happened a couple of years but that's where Miss Maker originated from. There were all these different types of planner girl, and each one had a planner, or two planners I think. You got metal discs on the planners, so you always knew there was going to be 5 different metal discs coming out, whereas now metal discs seem a bit of a rarity. And I would say that everyone was super excited for that release in particular. And I miss the days of getting really excited about Happy Planner releases. I don't know whether it's just if you've been with Happy Planner for many years, it gets a little bit samey, I suppose. And of course, back in those days, there wasn't the competition that Happy Planner now has with other sellers. So any sticker book was really exciting because we all wanted stickers in our planners. When this particular sticker book came out, the flower sticker book, everybody was so excited. Heather Kell of a Plan, I remember her reaction, and things like having corner stickers that you could just put in the corner of the page was just something so new and made everything so easy. So times have very much changed in that respect. And the other thing I think I miss is the way the planner releases seem to happen. You used to get with the planner release a particular line, and then you would get it repeated in the mini size and the big size, but just with different covers. Whereas now it all seems rather random. Sometimes you may just have a classic version, sometimes you have a mini. It's all a little bit more haphazard, I think. I've actually nearly used all of the florals on the 2 pages. There are some big ones, but the colours aren't quite the same, so I decided not to bring those in. These ones have got red as opposed to this pinky red, so I thought I would leave those, and I can hoard them and save them for another spread. I am finding these a little bit tricky to work with as they are on the large side. I've just got this one left, I'm not sure where to put. Maybe here. And this one, but it's rather giant. So I don't think I can really bring this one in. Maybe just use this little cut-off piece down here. And we're nearly done. I found a couple of my older sticker books. This is the colour one I was talking about, the colour coordinated. So inside it's just got lots of boxes, quotes and checklists in different colour schemes, and it changes throughout the book. So I might be able to find something in here to use. And I've also got happy quotes to find some quotes. Found this Do All Things in Love, and the colour matches. I'm thinking about putting that. Don't know if it's going to show. I think it will. Down there. I've got this week that I can just put here. We could add this happy day, although I don't know if it is going to be a happy day, so that may end up coming off if it isn't. That's the issue I have with some of the Happy Planner quotes. I'm going to put this so busy and just assume that I will be. Of course, there's been lots of things that have changed for the better with Happy Planner. Obviously, more choice of products, and the fact there is more competition out there makes it better because there's more choice for us planners. Now I've got a circle there, I just want to bring a circle in on this side. Maybe just this smile. Couple of headers, I think. We've got this remember. And jot it down. I used to like using these little header stickers from this book. I haven't used them for years now. Let's have dream big. And will this love today fit just in the bottom here? Hopefully I will have something to write that I've loved. And I think I'm just going to add the month on the top and call this done. I did think about changing the numbers at the top because they are rather dark, but I'm going to leave it now. And I think I've achieved my goal, which was to use up stickers that I haven't touched in years from some of the very early sticker books that I got. They look so pretty on the page. And I would say if you are hoarding your florals, do use them because there are going to be new florals coming out that you'll probably love even more. If you've liked this video, I'd love it if you subscribe to my channel and click that notification bell so you can find out when my next video is up. I will be flipping through my teacher layout planner very soon, and that's quite an interesting one because that was a new planner to my lineup this year, and I found it a real struggle to decorate at first, but it's really interesting to see my journey from my first spreads to where I am now. So if you're in a new layout this year and are finding it a little bit tough, keep going because it does take a little time. Hope you have a great week. Happy planning, take care, and see you soon.